Today's the day we're gonna win. We're gonna fight.
There's a football coach, and then there's the football coach at Notre Dame, because nobody does it like Notre Dame.
Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly is brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS. This was the scene on Saturday night on the Notre Dame campus as thousands of Notre Dame students celebrated after Notre Dame's win over Wake Forest and the upset losses suffered by the two teams ahead of the Irish in the college football polls, Oregon and Kansas State. The events of Saturday moved the Irish into the top spot in the AP, coaches, and BCS polls on Sunday, with 1 week remaining in Notre Dame's regular season. Sunday night, the iconic number 1 was relit atop Grace Hall to symbolize Notre Dame's return to the top of the college football world. Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan. Earning the number 1 ranking in college football is a great indicator of the tremendous progress the Notre Dame football program has made under the direction of Coach Kelly. But it is not a goal the team focuses on. Notre Dame's annual goal is actually a bit higher.
Number 1's not really what we're interested in. What we're interested in is our program to have a consistency, to be regarded as one of the elite programs in the country. So to be number 1 for 3 or 4 days is, you know, that's not really what we're in this for. We're in this to build a championship program that is in competition year in and year out for a national championship.
Watching sports on Xfinity from Comcast is like having a front row seat to the biggest moments. With NFL Red Zone, ESPN Goal Line, and the Watch ESPN app, you're right there for all the action. This is the Xfinity Sports Experience. This is awesome. You won't get all this with satellite. Sign up for Xfinity TV and Internet. Just $79.99 a month for 6 months with the sports entertainment package included for 3 months. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Well, I have been quietly standing in the shade all of my days, and I've been trying to find
unlimited phone, unlimited data, unlimited life. The Galaxy S3 Unlimited Edition with truly unlimited data from Sprint.
Your first move doesn't happen on the field. It happens before your opponent even sees you. It can leave you hanging, steal your spark. Your first move can jeopardize everything you've worked for, or fuel it. Your first move can set up your success before you've even played the game.
Carb energy to fuel athletes. Gatorade Prime, part of the G Series.
So I'm really going to need your confirmation. Can I just change that site for you? Window or aisle?
Right.
Yes, sir? Excuse me. Can I help you?
Yeah, is this
the restroom? Oh, it's right behind you. If you just turn right there.
Virgin America knows it's better for Xerox to manage their call centers, so they can focus on making flying cool again. With Xerox, you're ready for real business.
The Irish sent their seniors out in style with a dominating 38-0 Senior Day shutout of Wake Forest. Notre Dame wasted little time getting on the scoreboard, scoring on the game's 4th play, a 68-yard touchdown run by Sierre Wood.
Well, it was an option play, and Everett Golson came out and read the play very, very well. As you know, against Boston College, he had some really big runs. When he hit the perimeter, they didn't want him to run, so a great pitch to Sear and great blocking down the field.
When you say great blocking, a lot of people are thinking linemen, but in this case, it was receivers.
Yes, it was 3 receivers all doing their job. TJ, Danny Smith, and Chris Brown came all the way across and occupied the free safety that gave Sear just enough room to get in the end zone.
Carlo Calabrese followed that up with one of the biggest hits I've ever seen.
They had been moving the ball a little bit, and it was important that we got a takeaway right there, because I think that really changed the momentum, where I think Wake Forest then said, well, this is going to be a long day.
And it got longer for Wake Forest then, because you basically ran the same jump ball play to Tyler Eifert, and it worked the second time.
Yeah, I mean, he's just such a great matchup. I mean, that's a matter of timing for Everett and not getting the ball there too soon. We really want Tyler to get his feet underneath him. Once Tyler can set his feet, it doesn't matter if he's in front of him, behind him, to the side of him, he's going to go up and get the ball.
For fans who really focus and remember highlights, it looks like John Goodman's had a great year.
Yes.
But he's had a tough year because he's been injured a lot, he hasn't got the reps, and he had to step up this week, and he really made a terrific catch on that 50-yard pass.
Just a terrific catch. I mean, it was great coverage. The ball was thrown in a position where only one guy was going to catch it. You know, John Goodman is a guy, that's how you're successful as a program, when you have seniors that just keep battling and they get an opportunity like that on their senior day and come up big with a touchdown catch.
And Everett was able to really set up TJ Jones for that touchdown with a terrific pump fake. How much strength, hand strength, does it take to be able to basically pump fake with that much intensity?
He's a unique young man in that he can really hold that football with one hand. He can do a lot of things. It was just a nice play. TJ ran the perfect route. We knew that they were very aggressive on the outcut, so it was just a matter of time. We wanted to get it set up, and great route, great throw.
And he had a lot of time to throw.
He did, and we did a really good job of scanning some things so we could get him into some good protections. We left an extra guy in, and then he just did a nice job of getting the ball into the seams and finding the open guys.
Golson threw for 317 yards in the first half as the Irish recorded 430 yards of total offense and took a 31-0 lead into the locker room at halftime. Yes, the game was pretty much over, but Coach Kelly demanded his team maintain its intensity in the second half.
We've worked too hard. We better not come out with any other feeling that we're going to dominate the third quarter. We start on kickoff and go on defense. We set the tone right there. Is everybody on the same page with this?
Yes, sir.
CBO, cheddar, bacon, onion.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
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 Say hello to McDonald's new CBO. Smooth cheddar, crispy bacon, grilled onions on the Angus 3rd Pounder or premium chicken sandwiches. CBO, the simple joy of tremendous.
Yeah.
Only Mazda is so obsessed with the future of driving that it's revolutionizing everything. Skyactiv technology makes vehicles stronger with 2 top safety picks and more fuel efficient, like the 40 mpg Highway Mazda 3 and the 2013 Mazda CX-5. No compromises. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? The Mazda 3 is now available with attractive lease and finance offers, but only for a limited time.
At Meijer, you'll be surprised to find the brands on your gift list at low Meijer prices. That means Kelly can save money and deliver an extra special Christmas morning surprise. Experience the joy of giving this holiday with the biggest brands at low Meijer prices. Experience the savings, experience the difference. Meijer.
The Fighting Irish added 1 touchdown in the second half, a 9-yard touchdown run by George Atkinson that was so well blocked, George, was barely touched.
I like the fact that George hit it north and south. We've been telling George that if he just hits it north and south and trusts his linemen, good things are going to happen, and we saw that on that touchdown run.
6 catches in the game for Tyler, 130 in his career now, and he sets the Notre Dame tight end reception record, previously held for a long time by a pretty good guy, Ken McAfee.
Gosh, a lot of great tight ends that have gone through Notre Dame. For him to have that distinction is just an amazing thing for that young man. But he's worked for it. You know, again, I think when you talk about those records, it's consistency in performance. And he stayed healthy. He's been in all of these games. He's gotten a chance to play a lot of football in a very short period of time, and that's what you have to do to break those kinds of records.
Talk about calling the timeout in the fourth quarter so some of your guys could get saluted by the crowd.
We just felt like with such a unique group of guys on the defensive side of the ball that it would be a nice gesture to let them savor the moment, call the timeout, let them be recognized, and let our fans see them for the last time at home.
You made a point, let the emotions show up after the game, and it seems like your team listened.
And that's been the case all year. Wherever we've challenged them, whether it be on the road or you know, taking care of business on a day-to-day basis, they've answered every challenge that we've given them. And the challenge this week was enthusiasm, not emotion. And I think that was pretty evident on Saturday.
What was the best thing about Saturday?
Oh, doused with Gatorade, because that generally in the coaching world means good things happened. So anytime you get hit with cold water in a cold day, it's always a good thing.
I know you guys really focus on just take care of the next game. Don't worry about anything else. But one thing I have heard you talk about, and your staff since you got here, was protect your stadium, undefeated at home. So how important is it to have achieved that goal?
Very important. It hasn't happened in a long time. And I think when you're talking about the building blocks of a program, one of them is that you've got to be outstanding at home. And I've referenced a number of times Oklahoma and their success at home. I think you need to build your program towards that success at home and then, you know, be road warriors. But it's got to start with success at home.
There is your final score once again as the Irish finish the season undefeated at home for the first time since 1998. The final stats provided by UND.com show just how dominant the Irish were while recording their first shutout since 2009 and their first shutout over a team from a major BCS conference since 2002. Earlier, you heard Coach Kelly talk about that Gatorade shower he was given by his players late in the game. This week's UND.com Inside Angle shows you just how much planning went into that sneak attack.
Hey, we're going two.
We're going two.
Yes. Master plan.
Hey.
Coach Kelly is going to get
splashed.
Wet.
Undefeated at home.
Undefeated at home. The season's not over. I know. We don't know home again. So we're going to kill him. Rob's gonna hold it. Oh, all right. So we need to scratch it. Oh, Toma. Not yet. Wow. Has to be game.
Jalen Brown on the head. Broke up the play. It's fourth down. Before we leave, I want to thank
Truly one of the most touching Senior Day moments in Notre Dame history. Coach Kelly calling a timeout so 3 of his senior leaders on defense could salute the capacity crowd and be saluted by that crowd. Afterwards, both senior and non-senior players talked about what it meant to send a very special class out on such a high note.
You know, this is the last game, and not only is it the last game, it's a game where, you know, we can actually do something and, you know, take this program places it hasn't been in a long time.
Just looking up and thinking, not going to get this chance again. So everyone's told me to take it in, and that's what I did.
It's senior night. This is the way you want to go out. You know, you're trying to bring as much glory as you can to these seniors. They've laid on the line every day. That's what we came to do.
This senior group means a lot to me. I'm real close to all of them. I basically came in with that class. So, you know, it's a real good feeling to send them out like this.
Great teams usually have great veteran leadership, and that is something this year's seniors have provided to the 2012 undefeated and top-ranked Fighting Irish, especially the captains, Zach Martin, Tyler Eifert, Capron Lewis Moore, and of course, Manti Te'o.
We follow him, we follow Cap, and we follow Eifert, and as they lead from the front, we just catch up to them, and that makes us a better team.
They gave a great leadership. You know, they really gave into the plan that Coach Kelly and his staff has been teaching for the last 2 years. So as far as the younger, even some of the juniors and the younger players on the team, they really helped them not only like scheme-wise or offensive defense, but kind of the mindset on how to be, you know, one of the top-tier teams.
We love seeing you at Bank of America.
But we know you want to be able to bank wherever you are.
Bank of America Mobile Banking lets you bank on your schedule.
Now you can securely deposit checks you get right away with your smartphone camera. Watch this.
It doesn't get more convenient than that. See? Success.
It's amazing. Check balances, pay bills.
And much, much more.
Right here. Bank on your schedule and deposit checks on the go. Download the Bank of America mobile banking app today.
I need to get back to work.
3, 2, 1.
It's hard to call it radio when it's this out of the box.
Listen to that! Man, you know just what to say.
You might be a redneck.
Fox News alert on several dramatic new developments.
Frank Sinatra.
You're a delightful audience.
Let's go to Margaritaville, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown!
This is satellite radio. Welcome to Sirius XM.
Senior Day 2012 will be remembered for Notre Dame's dominance and the program's return to the top of the college football world. Notre Dame Senior Day back in 1992 is also remembered for two things: snow and drama.
Notre Dame is #1.
Notre Dame with a miracle win as the
He's going in. Notre Dame has scored.
Penn State game was probably the craziest game I've ever been a part of from a weather standpoint. Literally, I was shivering in the huddle.
4th and goal. The ball on the Penn State 4-yard line. Nittany Lions leading 16-9, 25 seconds left. Meyer floats it for Bettis. Touchdown!
We always practice a 2-point conversion for every game. Well, we used our practice 2-point conversion for the touchdown to Jerome, so we really Coach Holtz came up with the play on the fly. Coach Holtz would just say, hey, you know, you go here, you go there, and blah, blah, blah. And it was based off of a play we had and we had used, but it's kind of weird because you think about it, it's like he basically came up with a play on the fly. And, you know, we never even thought twice about going out and executing it because, well, that's what he did. We were used to it.
Trips left, Bettis right. Meyer, yes, Brooks.
I remember it felt like slow motion. I was in the back of the end zone. I couldn't get open. And I remember Rick Meyer rolling to his right, and I was going to the right, and I just remember Rick throwing the ball up. And I looked, and it looked like it was so far out of my reach, I said, oh my gosh, this ball's going out of bounds. I remember just looking and watching Reggie Brooks come out of nowhere and catch that pass.
I caught 2 passes over the course of that year, and that was actually the second pass that I caught. I wore glasses, and thus I wore contacts during the games. Well, you're not going to wear glasses in practice. So I never wore glasses in practice, but I didn't wear my contacts either because they irritated my eyes and they were uncomfortable. So I had trouble seeing the ball in practice. The misconception is, oh, he has bad hands. No, I didn't pick up the ball well in practice, but the times that I was throwing the ball in the game, I was successful because I could see the ball.
Reggie Brooks. Coach Holtz said he knew they'd have great play at tailback, but even he didn't anticipate the season that young man has had.
Reggie is back at Notre Dame now and works for the Monogram Club. For more 125 years of Notre Dame football moments, just log on to UND.com and click on the 125 years logo. Manti Te'o approaches every practice, every game, every day for that matter, with a special focus and passion. So it should come as no surprise that no player in the history of the Inside Notre Dame Football 60-second drill has ever embraced the opportunity to face my questions with more enthusiasm than Manti. Fastest guy on the team?
George Atkinson.
Player on the team most like you?
Robbie Toma.
Biggest influence in your life?
My parents.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
Freaky Zeke Mata.
Who has the weirdest pre-game ritual?
Everett Golson, he gets ready in the bathroom.
First car you ever drove?
My dad's around 1500.
Best player to room with on the road?
Robbie Toma.
Which assistant coach is most like Coach Kelly?
Coach Diaco.
One thing you always hear from Coach Kelly in practice?
Get a break.
Toughest player to tackle on the team?
Theo Riddick.
Hardest hitter on the team?
Oh, that's me.
Best singer on the team?
That's me.
Best dancer on the team?
Theo.
Best comedian on the team?
Tyler Stockton.
Best comedian on the coaching staff?
Coach Elson.
Best dresser on the team?
That's me.
Worst dresser on the team?
Robbie Toma.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
Everything. It's the best place in the world.
Manti Te'o, you've completed the 60-second drill.
Yes, I always wanted to do this. Yes.
Customer Aaron Swenson bought from us online today, so I'm happy.
Sales go up, I'm happy.
It went out today. I'm happy.
What if she's not at home?
She won't be happy.
Use UPS. She can get a text alert, reroute, even reschedule a package. It's UPS My Choice.
You happy?
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
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 Happy. I love logistics.
I definitely feel like there's a family feeling.
They all know my name.
You're working with somebody who has your best interest at heart.
Pretty much like a brother and sister would take care of their siblings.
You go down to the same branch, you see the same people, you get to know people.
They're just more human.
People are looking to take care of you and not just use you.
I don't know that a bank would have gone to bat for us.
I'm one of their first customers ever, and I'm one of the happiest.
I'm a member.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Come home.
I feel very safe with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
It's time for this week's Ask Coach Kelly question presented by CBTS. This week's question comes from U.S. Army Sergeant First Class Stephen E. Harmon, currently stationed at Fort Drum, New York, but originally from Niles, Michigan. Sergeant Harmon asked, Coach, do you see any differences in your championship Grand Valley State teams and the 2012 Irish team in the way they prepare each week?
Not many. It doesn't matter the level of competition or the athlete. It's still about what's inside and how they prepare. And they're very, very similar teams in that they work hard every day with a purpose, and then they come ready to play on Saturdays.
Next up for the Irish, a road game against the USC team that has had a very disappointing year. The Trojans dropped out of the top 25 polls this week after losing to UCLA on Saturday, USC's fourth loss of the season. But do not worry, the top-ranked Irish are not about to take USC lightly with so much on the line.
We know that USC will play their very, very best against Notre Dame. Everybody does. So they've got so many weapons on the offensive side of the ball that if you're just worried about the quarterback, you're going to give up a lot of points. You got to worry about that entire team. And our guys know what's at stake. The opportunity to beat USC and go undefeated, that says it all right there. So it'll be a great atmosphere. Our guys will be up for the challenge. We know USC will be, and that's why you have rivalry games. It should be fun.
We will have all the highlights and Coach Kelly's analysis of the Notre Dame-USC game on the next edition of Inside Notre Dame Football. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish. Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly has been brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.